The 1961 Jefferson Nicke is a fascinating paradox in the world of numismatics, representing a common circulation coin that transforms into a legendary treasure when found in elite conditions. While hundreds of millions were struck at the Denver Mint, the vast majority were released into the heavy machinery of commerce, leaving behind a trail of worn, scratched, and lackluster examples. To the untrained eye, it is simply a 5-cent piece, but to the specialized collector, a 1961 possessing pristine surfaces and a razor-sharp strike is a holy grail item. Its importance lies not in its face value, but in the extreme difficulty of locating specimens that escaped the typical quality control issues of the era, making it a high-demand centerpiece for registry-set competitors. Historically, this coin was produced during a period of transition for the United States Mint, as the nation's demand for coinage surged alongside a booming post-war economy. In 1961, the Denver Mint was tasked with meeting this demand by striking over 229 million nickels, a massive quantity that prioritized speed over aesthetic precision. This era in American history was marked by the early Cold War and the beginning of the Kennedy administration, reflecting a time of institutional reliability where the Jefferson Nicke stood as a symbol of domestic stability. Despite its ubiquity at the time, the 1961 has become a case study for collectors on how high mintage does not always equate to high availability in investment-grade quality. The visual profile of the 1961 features the classic work of designer Felix Schlag, showcasing a dignified profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse. Struck from an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the coin weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. What distinguishes a valuable 1961 from a common one is the technical execution of these design elements. Specifically, collectors look for the full steps (FS) designation, where at least 5 or 6 steps of the Monticello building are clearly defined and separated. Because the Denver dies in 1961 were often overused and worn, finding a coin where these delicate lines are fully realized is an incredible rarity that highlights the pinnacle of 1960s minting technology. The rarity of the 1961 is driven almost entirely by its condition survival rate rather than its original mintage. Most coins from this year suffer from die erosion, which results in blurry details and a lack of the lustrous, satiny sheen desired by enthusiasts. When a coin is discovered in a grade of MS 66 or higher, it enters an elite tier of survival. The scarcity is further amplified when the full steps criteria are met. Currently, only a handful of such coins are recognized by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. This extreme bottleneck in quality means that while millions of these coins exist, only a tiny fraction are deemed ultra-rare by professional standards, creating a fierce competitive environment at auction. Market values for these elusive specimens reflect their status as numismatic anomalies, with prices often starting at $1,250 for a high-end MS 67 example. As the grade climbs or the presence of the full steps designation is confirmed, the value escalates rapidly. Recent auction results have shown that a 1961 in MS 65 FS can command upwards of $3,800, driven by collectors who need the coin to complete a high-ranking set. For the truly exceptional pieces that achieve the MS 66 FS tier, the market has seen valuations reach toward $5,400, depending on the visual appeal and the toning, the natural oxidation that can sometimes gift a coin with beautiful iridescent hues of blue, gold, or violet. When evaluating a potential purchase, collectors should focus on eye appeal, which refers to the overall cleanliness and brilliance of the coin's surfaces. For a 1961 it is vital to check for the D mint mark on the reverse, located to the right of Monticello, and to ensure there are no major bag marks, nicks caused by coins hitting each other during the minting process. Because the distinction between a $5 coin and a $5,000 coin often comes down to microscopic details, third-party certification is non-negotiable. Services such as PCGS and NGC provide the necessary authentication and grading that secure the coin's value in the marketplace, protecting the buyer from overpaying for a deceptive, subpar specimen. For those looking to acquire a 1961D of this caliber, the strategy should involve monitoring major numismatic auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, where the finest known examples typically appear. Private sales through reputable dealers who specialize in Jefferson Nickels are also a viable route, though such coins are rarely held in inventory for long. Collectors are encouraged to study population reports, which are databases showing how many coins of a certain grade exist. Understanding that there are fewer than 10 known examples of a 1961D in certain high grades can help a buyer justify the premium price required to secure such a significant piece of American history. Proper storage is critical for maintaining the value of an ultra-rare 1961D, as even slight environmental exposure can lead to unsightly spotting or corrosion. Most high-value examples are sold in sonically sealed plastic slabs, provided by grading services, which offer a controlled environment. Collectors should store these slabs in a cool, dry place, ideally within a fireproof safe or a specialized coin cabinet. Avoiding drastic temperature fluctuations and humidity is essential to preserving the mint-state luster that gives the coin its multi-thousand-dollar valuation. A well-preserved 1961D is not just a coin. It is a preserved moment of industrial art that requires careful stewardship. The allure of the 1961D to modern collectors is deeply rooted in the challenge of the hunt. Unlike gold coins that were often tucked away in vaults, nickels were meant to be used, making the discovery of a perfect survivor feel like finding a needle in a haystack. This working man's coin carries a certain prestige because its value is not derived from precious metal content, but from its historical survival and the sheer luck of its preservation. It represents a bridge between the everyday commerce of the mid-20th century and the sophisticated world of high-stakes asset investment, appealing to both the historian and the financier within the hobby. In summary, the 1961D Jefferson Nickel is a titan of modern numismatics, standing as a testament to the importance of quality over quantity. Its historical roots in the Denver Mint's massive production runs only serve to highlight the miraculous nature of those few coins that emerged with perfect strikes and flawless surfaces. With a market value that can soar to $5,900 for the finest certified examples, it remains a high-priority target for serious collectors. As the hobby continues to grow and more enthusiasts enter the fray, the scarcity of these top-tier coins ensures that the 1961D will remain a sought-after treasure for generations.